Hey, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2017 Broadway musical, Frozen. Came out in 2017. I had to think because I thought it came out in 2015, but it didn't come out in 2015. It came out in 2017. It's possible that the putting it together in like Chicago kind of a thing was in 2015. Movie was in 2013. I just saw this with my dad recently, and I didn't like it at all. I mean, the only salvageable parts were the guy who was in the Sven costume is a magician. I don't know how the hell he can do that for so long and not physically hurt himself. The guy Noah Brickett, Basket, I don't remember his last name. His first name's Noah, who plays Kristoff, was awesome. The girl who played Anna, the grown-up who played Anna, was awesome. The Olaf puppet was cute, but the set design was great. I'm gonna do the positives first. Okay, there's too many negatives. The set design was gorgeous. The lighting, the sounds, mixing the fog constantly, but the low-level fog, not the high-level fog. The set pieces. Did I say costuming? I feel like I said costuming. What else? I think that's it. Oh, the projection mapping. That was great. Turning the entire theater, audience, and stage into an ice castle from projection mapping was awesome. But we have the Imagineers to thank for that. The Disney Imagineers. They came up with the projection mapping to utilize in the different parks for the different rides in certain parks, attraction-wise, and it works beautifully. So it made sense to throw it in there. But like Aladdin on Broadway, was really fun. Beauty and the Beast, the Broadway Beauty and the Beast, the '90s Beauty and the Beast on Broadway. I was there. I was there. I saw that show 4 times on Broadway with 4 different bells. Anneliese Vanderpool was the last bell I saw, so I don't know when she was in it versus when Beauty and the Beast closed. But I know Beauty and the Beast is getting a revival. And it's going to make billions because everyone's been asking for this to come back. No one ever wanted it to end because it makes perfect sense on the stage. Like, I didn't like Lion King. I didn't see Mary Poppins. I didn't see Tarzan. I didn't see Little Mermaid. But Little Mermaid Live was a mix that it just aired on ABC, was a mix of puppetry, was a mix of the movie, was a mix of the live stage version, gave Prince Eric his song from the Broadway musical. Like, that worked, right? This doesn't work. Broadway's Frozen didn't work because I hate when you use an ensemble cast as props to an extent. Like, I was in a regional theater showing of Seussical, right? Seussical's musical, one of the greatest shows ever written, right? And we did a shadow version of Blacklight Fish, and we had like fish on sticks and like the ensemble cast. The cast itself is an ensemble, let's put it that way. But JoJo's singing a song about swimming in a bathtub, so it's just JoJo on the stage, and everybody else. It didn't matter who you were, had a fish that glowed in the blacklight, and you were behind a scrim, and we're just pushing the fish up and down, and like that's swimming, because like the oceans are going, the waves are going, like, right? So like that's not technically using an ensemble as a prop kind of a thing. I'm talking about what they did to that poor ensemble cast in Frozen, the Broadway musical. When at the very, very end, when Anna got the frozen heart and Hans is about to kill Elsa, on the fjord, they use the entire ensemble cast as the blizzard that Anna's trying to get past to get to Elsa, and like poor Noah, who played Kristoff, is just standing in a corner watching this tragedy unfold, not being able to do anything about it. You have all of this gorgeous projection mapping that you're using for ice castles, right? Why the hell are you using your beautiful ensemble cast as the blizzard in their white coats, preventing Anna from getting to Elsa, and then eventually getting there, and then do they all just like freeze? I'm sorry, what? My father said it best. They rushed the hell out of this show to get it on stage. He has seen a lot of shows. He's been seeing Broadway shows before I was even a thought. He saw Cats 3 times on Broadway. He reminds me all the time. He saw Phantom like 4 times. He has been going to shows with my mom since they first got together in the 80s, right? My mom was always a Broadway buff, always a musical buff, so like she would always go with him to the theater. And going to see a Broadway show in the 80s was much cheaper than it is today. It's very expensive to see a Broadway show. Very expensive. But it is much cheaper than going to a Disney park. So, if you've never been to a Disney park, for the families that are there at the show, this is Disney magic. The theater transforms into ice. The projection mapping is kick-ass and on point. So, for the Disney magic experience, this is a close second compared to a park. I've been fortunate enough to go to Disney World twice and Disneyland once. I'll be going back to Disneyland in March. As soon as I move to LA, I plan on getting a annual pass holder, and I will be there every single week. This is my plan. I love Disney. We talk about this all the time. I have 2 forearm tattoos dedicated to Disney. Right? The ornaments on my beautiful Christmas tree, which is about a foot away from where this camera is right now, are all Disney. I know Disney, right? I know storytelling. I talk all the time about proper storytelling. And I don't understand how the people that made the first movie are the ones who made this, and they changed so much of the story to make it fit the stage, but it doesn't fit the stage. Because when you have an hour-and-a-half movie that makes sense, it goes boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. The only new scene that was added in this is Anna and Kristoff singing a song on a bridge, and Kristoff almost falling to his death. And it worked. What was it called? What Do You Know About Love or something like that? Let's go to the map, shall we? Not map. List. Let's go to the list. I can't find it. These stupid pages. This is an issue with glossy pages. The glossy page, you don't really have that much traction versus like a cheap, crappy piece of paper. Okay. What do you know about love? Yeah, I was right. Act 1. Okay. That was the only thing I actually liked, was What Do You Know About Love? I did not like Hans of the Southern Isles. Who the hell decided that was a good song? Why are you giving me a song about poor Hans being the 13th child of, all of these older brothers? Why am I supposed to be feeling bad for him when I know damn well he's going to go try to kill the queen, and which he tries to do anyway at the end? Why is this song a thing? Why is Hans of the Southern Isles a thing? Makes absolutely no sense. Why is Love Is an Open Door? Where is that? Much later in the story, and there's a 15-second dance break. You cut the song, and there's a 15-second dance break. Remember back when we talked about 2017's live-action Beauty and the Beast, and I flipped a table of talking about how they should have never done it that way, that if they wanted to use the Broadway version, they should have just done the damn Broadway version, that it made perfect sense. And when Be Our Guest stops for a 5-second Mrs. Potts going up in the steam and coming back down, that's literally the PTSD came back while watching this show. Oh, that was a good noise. When you're telling a story, you tell the story. You should not be pausing to fill in some gaps. There's a difference between pausing for laughter and pausing for dramatic effect compared to pausing for gaps. The movie is what? An hour and a half, hour and 40-minute long movie? The very first 2013 movie. Something like that, right? This was a 2-hour and 20-minute long show. Why? Why did you extend things that didn't need to be extended just because you had to put it on the stage? This is a rush to make money. That's literally what this was. This was a rush to make money. And the only reason why it's been so successful is because it has that Frozen property branded name to it, because it's a billion-dollar empire. That's what Frozen is. Frozen 2 is incredible. incredible. Okay, other things that pissed me off royally about watching this. The little girl that plays Elsa in this show. And I don't know if she's the regular girl. I don't know if she's a fill-in girl. I don't know. But she's this little, like, either Indian or, like, Latina child. I don't know her ethnicity, but she's got like a permatan on, right? With a blonde wig. And that's fine. You change the ethnicity of her father, you change the ethnicity of Kristoff, you change the ethnicity of Elsa. That's fine. But keep it consistent. Because if you have this little Indian girl with a blonde wig on singing to Anna about stuff, and then she runs away, and then grown-up Elsa comes out, and it's this white woman in a wig, kids aren't stupid, man. Like, they clearly know the difference, that the young Elsa looks much different than the grown-up Elsa. The grown-up Elsa looks pale and not well compared to the girl who has very beautiful and vibrant skin. If you're going to change the ethnicity of a character, keep it consistent. Don't give me an Indian girl and then a white woman. How the hell did her skin get so pale? Is it because it's ice and people change colors with the Frozen touch? No. This show is for kids. It's supposed to be for kids. Kids aren't supposed to think that much about it. Also, why the hell is there a Naked Oaken family Rockette type of shenanigan for the first song in Act 2, where they're dancing with branches covering all of their privates? It's to fill in a gap. This show didn't work. I don't like it. Which is sad to say, because the technicalities of it are great. The acrobatics of the guy in that Sven costume are fantastic. Noah crying on the stage. You see the tears run down his eyes when he thinks Anna is dead. He is a fantastic actor as Kristoff. The girl who played Anna is a fantastic actress. These are very talented actors and actresses with a beautiful knowledge of knowing how to do their craft, right? I cannot fault them for the lazy writing. That is not their fault. They did a fantastic job of the crap that they were given. And I hate to say this, but there are times when it comes to Disney properties that they rush things that they shouldn't. Why did Solo fail at the box office? Why did Star Wars Solo fail at the box office? Because they rushed it. Because Disney rushed it. Disney wanted money. So Disney put it out fast, even though they shouldn't have. And Solo is a fantastic movie. It's awesome. It is an awesome space pirate movie. But it failed because it was rushed. That's the thing. I know this is a new era for Disney. I get it. I am so pumped right now about Rick Riordan having a meeting with all of the Disney honchos to get Percy Jackson and the Olympians, all of these gorgeous books that I have on this shelf right now, published. Right? Not published. Adapted as a Disney Plus show. Amazon has their Lord of the Rings adaptation coming out. Netflix has their Chronicles of Narnia adaptation coming out. Disney Plus needs something, because Warner Brothers has the rights to Harry Potter. So they're not going to redo Harry Potter anytime soon, because there's still Potter stuff going on. Percy Jackson had 2 movies back in the day, and they were... I tried so hard to convince myself they were perfect, but no. But that's another example of amazing actors and actresses doing a horrible adaptation of a book that should have never been adapted that way. Ever. Never. And I remember Rick was not happy when the first one came out. He was not excited when the second one came out, because there's like 30 books in his series within all the different gods and goddesses and different mythologies mixing together, and who's related to who, and Magnus Chase is actually Annabeth Chase's cousin, but Magnus's dad is a Norse god, and Annabeth's mom is a Greek/Roman goddess. It's a thing, and it has to be on the screen, and it's going to be on the screen. But that's my point. adapting things appropriately, telling the appropriate story, doing it correctly. I think I made my point. Things that have worked, that I have expressed numerous amazingness of. Mean Girls on Broadway. Awesome adaptation of the movie. Legally Blonde on Broadway. Better than the original film. Wedding Singer on Broadway. Better than the original film, story-wise. I know technically we didn't review those two. We reviewed Mean Girls, I know that. SpongeBob, the musical. We talked about the Broadway version. We talked about the live action of the Broadway version that that Nickelodeon just aired. We literally just talked about it. I just posted it the other day. Amazing. So I'm well aware that there's an appropriate way to adapt a film into a musical. I know it can. I know it exists. I know it can happen. I acted in numerous Wedding Singer shows. Numerous. I know it. I know it's a thing. Seussical is fantastic. Little Women is incredible. There are so many things. Wicked technically is an adaptation of a book by Gregory Maguire. And look at Wicked. It's still going strong. Certain things, everything can be adapted properly, but you can't rush it. So, as I bend down to get my playbill that I thrown on the floor a few times, and I'm going to throw it again right after I say Mucho mahalo, slap. This was rushed, and I am very sad to say that it was rushed. Also, why the hell were the trolls people of the woods with tails? Huh? What? Who? No. You have Olaf as a puppet. You could have had trolls as a puppet. No. Or if you make them humans, why the hell do they have tails? Who? Who decided this? Come on, people. I need to sleep. Frozen, the Broadway musical. I didn't like it. Mucho mahalo.